Hi everybody, my name is Larsen. In this video I'm going to take the famous jazz standard Autumn Leaves and then I'm going to go over a fairly simple and easy to play but also very effective chord melody arrangement of that song. If you want to learn more about jazz guitar, about improvising over chord changes or checking out some interesting arpeggios or chord voicings, then subscribe to my channel. If you want to make sure not to miss anything, then click the little bell notification icon next to the subscribe button. In this arrangement I'm playing the melody in the lower octave. So that means that it's down here. And the chord voicings that I'm using are pretty much all of them shell voicings. So just so you have some exercises to get those into your fingers if you're not already used to them, here are some shell voicings in the key of G minor or B flat major. And the next string set. It's likely that you already know shell voicings, so you don't need to work too much on these exercises. But if you want to check out shell voicings in more detail, I do have some really old videos on it on my channel that you can take a look at. The way the arrangement is working is that the melody of Autumn Leaves works pretty well as a sort of chord response with the harmony. So every time we get a melodic statement like the first one, so, and then we have this sustained note, and here's where I'm going to add the chords. And that's pretty much how I'm working with the entire arrangement, except for a few places. Let's just check out the arrangement. The first thing you want to do if you're playing a chord melody arrangement or if you're making your own chord melody arrangement is probably to make sure that you really know the melody. So in this case, of course, the sheet music has the melody and the chords. So the way you want to do this is probably just play through it and then leave out the chords. And that's kind of easy because most of the time the chords are sort of isolated and are by themselves in the arrangement because it's sort of a chord response all the time. So you can just play through the melody like. And then you can start adding the chords. One thing you should notice is that once I've laid out the melody in a way that I can easily get to the chords along the way. So I'm playing the first part, and the last melody note I'm playing with my fourth finger because then I can easily add the C minor and go to F7 under it. Then the next melodic phrase, same idea, fourth finger on the D, and then that makes it easy to play both the B flat major 7 and the E flat major 7. And the minor 2/5 here, same thing. So in my fingering, when I'm playing the melody, I'm already thinking ahead because I know that even though I'm playing this melody note alone, I need to add the chord under it. And then the second time, all the same. And then we get a different melody. And here, because the melody note is a G and that's not in the voicing, we can't really just prepare for the voicing. You just have to skip down and play the G minor 6. Then we go to the B part. So in this phrase, I can't add the chords in the same place as I did in all the A parts. So what I'm doing here is I'm just playing the melody, and then on the fourth beat, I'm adding the A minor 7 or flat 5 shell voicing, going to D7, and then I can go back to the same type of chord response that I did in the beginning. And here on the G minor 6, I have the B flat in the melody, so I can also be prepared for that. And then we get this here again. The C is in the melody on the C minor, so I can't really keep that in the voicing, so I'll just skip up and play, and then the F7 melody, and here I'm again back to just keeping the D clearly already preparing for the voicing. Now we get this part of the melody, which is a little bit more tricky to play because there's more happening with the chords. Here I'm playing the melody and the chords at the same time, so first a complete A half diminished, drop 3 voicing, and then the shell voicing. On the D7, I'm not putting a D7, you could put a D7 under this without a root. You don't really have room for having both a D and a C between this note and this note. So I'm just leaving that out. That's sustained as a melody note. Then I play a D7 shell voicing, and then skip up to the flat 9 on the D, and then a complete G minor 7 drop 3 voicing, C7 shell. Then I'm moving up to this F minor 7 shell voicing, B flat 7 shell voicing. So this is all stuff that's not melody, it's just harmony moving. So, and then we get the melody again, and the melody goes from G up to a C on the E flat, and I'm playing that with this E flat 6 shell voicing. And in the final cadence, again the melody on the D7 is so low that I'm just not using a chord. And I think that's also something that's important to think about with chord melody arrangements. Chord melody arrangements are there to add chords to the melody, but the most important thing is the melody. So I'm not going to change the melody to add a chord, and I'm also not going to leave out part of the melody to add a chord. The melody is the most important thing. That's what you're harmonizing. So in this case, I don't really have room. I could have added like a rootless D7 under it, but in this case I just left just the melody and then add the final G minor 6 voicing. When you're playing this chord melody arrangement, as I'm playing it here, I would say that it would be a good idea for you also to look at how you can change it and make it your own thing. Try to make variations on it and find a way to make it your personal arrangement. And also in that way you can also start thinking about how you can take the voicings that I'm using here and the solutions that I have for playing the voicings and the melody and move them to other songs so that you can start making your own chord melody arrangements. Because it's of course fun to play a chord melody arrangement, and it's nice to have something that you can play as a solo arrangement on the guitar, but at the same time I think it's more fun to actually explore how to make your own harmonizations and your own chord melody arrangements. If you want to learn more about jazz guitar and this is the first time you see one of my lessons, then subscribe to my channel. The videos that I publish here every week are on finding some solid methods and good solutions to explore all the interesting things about jazz guitar and improvisation. If you like this video and you want to help me keep making videos, then check out my Patreon page. I'm very grateful for the support that I'm getting from my patrons, and it's because of that that I can keep on going and publish videos every week. If you join us over on Patreon, I can also give you something in return for your support. That's about it for this time. Thank you for watching, and until next time.